In a major escalation of tensions between Iran and Israel, the Iranian regime launched a massive attack on Israeli territory with over 300 drones and missiles overnight on April 14, 2024. This assault marks a significant turning point in the long-standing conflict between the two nations and has raised concerns about the potential for a broader regional conflict. Here's what we know so far about this unprecedented attack. The Iranian attack began around 1 a.m. local time on April 14, with waves of drones and missiles raining down on multiple locations across Israel. According to Israeli military sources, the strikes targeted both civilian and military infrastructure, including cities, air bases, and strategic sites. The barrage lasted for approximately 5 hours, with the Israeli Iron Dome and other air defense systems working tirelessly to intercept the incoming projectiles. The sheer scale of the attack was unprecedented, with Iranian forces launching over 300 drones and missiles simultaneously from multiple launch sites within Iran, as well as from Iranian proxies in Syria and Lebanon. Israeli officials stated that 99% of the projectiles were successfully intercepted, preventing significant casualties and damage. However, some strikes managed to penetrate the defenses, causing damage to buildings and infrastructure in various locations. Analysts suggest that Iran's primary objective was to demonstrate its ability to strike deep inside Israeli territory and project power in the region. By launching such a large-scale attack, Iran aimed to assert its dominance and influence, as well as to deter Israel from further military action against its allies and proxies. Moreover, the attack was likely intended to bolster Iran's domestic and regional standing, particularly among its allies and supporters in the region. By striking Israel, the Iranian regime sought to portray itself as a powerful and resolute defender of Palestinian and Islamic causes, rallying support from its constituents. The attack has further strained relations between Iran and the United States, which has consistently supported Israel and viewed Iran's actions as a destabilizing force in the region. The U.S. has condemned the attack and reiterated its commitment to Israel's security, raising the possibility of increased sanctions or even military action against Iran. The international community has expressed grave concern over the Iranian attack and the potential for further escalation. The United Nations Security Council convened an emergency meeting, calling for restraint from all parties and urging a diplomatic resolution to the conflict. As tensions remain high, the potential for further escalation cannot be ruled out. Israel has vowed to respond decisively to the Iranian attack, and there is a possibility of retaliatory strikes against Iranian targets or those of its proxies. Additionally, the involvement of other regional players, such as Hezbollah in Lebanon or the Houthis in Yemen. In the wake of the attack, diplomatic efforts are underway to prevent further escalation and seek a resolution to the conflict. The United States and its allies have been engaged in intensive diplomatic efforts, seeking to de-escalate tensions and prevent a wider regional war. The Iranian attack has also cast a shadow over the ongoing negotiations to revive the 2015 nuclear deal, formerly known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA. The attack has heightened tensions between Iran and the West, potentially making it more difficult to reach a consensus on the nuclear issue. The attack has raised concerns among some countries about the potential consequences of lifting sanctions on Iran, as it could provide the regime with additional resources to fund its regional activities and support for proxies. International organizations and humanitarian agencies have called for restraint and urged all parties to prioritize the protection of civilians and respect for international humanitarian law. The Iranian attack on Israel represents a significant escalation in the long-standing tensions between the two nations and has far-reaching implications for the broader Middle East region. While the immediate aftermath has been managed without major casualties, the potential for further escalation and retaliation remains a grave concern. Diplomatic efforts and de-escalation measures will be crucial in preventing a wider regional conflict and ensuring the safety and security of civilians caught in the crossfire.